Hello, and I am so grateful for your presence here. How are you in this moment? I invite you to take a conscious breath with me, just a single, quiet inhalation and exhalation. You have arrived in this moment, and for now, that is everything. It often happens without us even noticing. We slip into it while scrolling through our phones. A friend has just gotten married, another has purchased a home, someone else is launching a new business or posting updates from a sun-drenched beach you've only dreamed of. Before you can intervene, a quiet voice inside asks, "Why haven't I reached that point yet?" The shift is instantaneous. One moment, you feel content, perhaps even proud of your own journey. The next, you are overwhelmed by the sense of falling behind in a competition you never chose to enter. The simple truth is that comparison is never an act of love. It is blind to your heart, your unique path, and your silent, steady efforts. It merely presents the polished highlight reel of another person's existence and demands to know why yours doesn't look the same. But here's a gentle truth to hold on to. You are not them, and you were never intended to be. What if your pace feels more deliberate because your foundations are being built deeper? What if your aspirations are taking form beneath the surface in ways that are not yet visible even to you? I have been there myself, gazing at another's journey and wondering if I had made a critical misstep, feeling a sense of shame that my own story wasn't unfolding with the same speed or tidiness. The comparison is a dead end. It leaves you pursuing the shadow of someone else while your own authentic light waits patiently to be acknowledged. Perhaps you have felt that same constriction in your chest, the suffocating pressure to catch up, to perform, to be more and do more, simply to feel adequate. What if, however, there is nothing at all wrong with where you are right now? What if your narrative is unfurling in the exact manner that is perfect for you? What you don't see behind their life. Have you ever observed someone's life from afar and thought, they truly have it all figured out? It might be an influencer on Instagram, bathed in perfect lighting, or a friend who seems to be in a constant state of achieving new milestones. Inevitably, that insidious thought resurfaces. Why can't I be more like that? But here's the reality most people do not broadcast. You can never truly know what lies behind the curtain. You are only privy to the scenes they select to share, the angles they have meticulously edited, the victories they have polished for display, and the smiles they have rehearsed. What remains invisible is the cost. Behind that facade of confidence might lie a profound loneliness. Behind that gleaming accomplishment could be months of consuming anxiety, self-doubt, and immense sacrifice. And behind that single happy snapshot, there may be 100 unposted struggles. This isn't to say they are being deceptive. It is simply that life is inherently complex, and most of us choose to share only the parts that appear beautiful. We fall into the trap of comparing our own messy, unedited process to someone else's curated final cut. This is a profound injustice to your own heart, because your life is not meant to be filtered. Your growth is real, your lessons have been earned through hardship, and your beauty requires no editing to be considered valid. You may be in a season of life that feels slow, where your hard work has yet to bear visible fruit, where you are quietly healing, learning, and showing up for yourself. That work is just as meaningful, even if it goes unseen. Remember that behind every life you admire, there is an entire world of experience you have not lived. You have not felt their worries in the dead of night. You have not witnessed the things they have lost, nor have you carried the quiet doubts that follow them like a shadow. You have not walked their path, and they have not walked yours. Within this quiet truth, there is liberation. Your path was never meant to look like theirs. There is a serene and powerful peace that comes from accepting one simple fact. Your path is not supposed to mirror anyone else's. Not your siblings, not your former classmates, not the influencers you follow online, and not even the idealized version of yourself you envisioned 5 years ago. While this may seem obvious, it is a truth easily forgotten when you are navigating the complexities of life. It is easy to feel that you are lagging behind simply because someone else reached a certain milestone first, or to believe your choices are incorrect because they diverge from the norm. But personal growth does not adhere to a map, and success has no single definition. We are all traveling on different routes. Some are on the highway, while others meander along a forest trail. Some of us pause frequently to rest, to reflect, or to change our direction entirely. This is not a flaw, it is the essence of being human. The more you attempt to follow someone else's path, the more you will feel disconnected from your own. Perhaps your life doesn't need to be sped up. Perhaps it needs to slow down so you can finally hear your own voice again. When you cease trying to match the world's pace, you begin to appreciate the subtle beauty of your life as it is, your simple routines, your quiet strengths, and your natural rhythm. A profound sense of peace emerges when you can finally say, I am okay with not being like them, and instead ask, what do I want this season of my life to feel like? That is the moment your path becomes real. And when your path feels real, comparison loses its hold on you because you are no longer racing against someone else. You are walking alongside yourself. Moments that only you can live. At times, we become so fixated on our destination that we neglect to observe what is already present, and what is present is a life that no one else will ever experience. I'm not necessarily referring to the grand events, but to the small, intimate moments that only you can notice. The specific ways sunlight filters through your favorite window at dawn, the unique sound of a dear friend's laughter, the quiet sense of pride after completing a task you almost abandoned. These are not the moments that can be quantified or ranked on a comparison chart. They are exclusively yours, shaping your heart in subtle ways that remain unseen by the world. It is easy to fall for the belief that meaning is found only in major milestones, graduations, promotions, and achievements that can be publicly displayed. But life is largely composed of small, gentle things, the kinds of experiences you feel rather than share. When you compare your life to another's, you risk missing these sacred, ordinary moments that only you can live. No one else possesses your exact collection of memories. No one else perceives the world through your unique lens. You are the sole inhabitant of your life from the inside, and that makes your perspective utterly irreplaceable. In those quiet, personal moments of just being, you find the beauty that comparison tries to steal, but can never truly comprehend. You are allowed to live simply, to feel deeply, and to exist gently, and in doing so, to matter completely. Quiet confidence and inner peace. We often mistake confidence for something loud, a boldness, an unwavering certainty, a readiness with all the answers. But true, enduring confidence is almost always quiet. It is the steady way you persevere when there is no applause. It is the gentle strength behind the declaration, I no longer need to prove myself. It is the tranquility that arrives when you finally cease comparing and begin trusting. When you constantly look to others to determine your worth, your mind is never at rest. You begin to live externally, chasing approval, timelines, and someone else's definition of success. It is an exhausting pursuit, but when you return home to yourself, when you can affirm, this is who I am and that is okay, you begin to feel something new, a steady, soft, and real foundation, like the feeling of standing barefoot on the earth after a long run. This is quiet confidence. It is not flashy or dramatic, but it is unshakable because it is not built on the flimsy ground of comparison. It is rooted in self-trust. Trust does not mean you are free from doubt. It means you believe in your ability to find your way, even when the path is obscured, even when others fail to understand, and even while you are still in the process of growing. Confidence is not a switch, it is a rhythm. Some days it is strong, and other days it is faint, but it strengthens with every step you take that is in alignment with your true self. The moment you release the need to be like anyone else, you begin to become someone truly rare, a person who is at peace with themselves. Be kind to your pace. As we conclude, I want to offer my sincere gratitude for spending this time with me. I understand that life can feel burdensome with its relentless pressure to be more, do more, and catch up. But if there is one thing I hope you take away from our time together today, it is this. You are not your comparison. You are your presence, your effort, and your journey. Until next time, be kind to your pace, be proud of your quiet growth, and remember, you are not behind, you are simply becoming.